everyone, and welcome to Press Play Action. Again, the wrong damn show. I will never get this right. It's weekly recess, bitches. Damn. On Jersey Nerds Productions, we gotta stop this whole trend of let's say something to piss Mitchell off right before we press record.
I just thought the Joe Douglas thing was funny.
It makes the best intros possible, and I will not edit this.
Well, because you have doofuses in the media like Todd McShay, who I actually thought was dead, who are like, well, Joe Douglas shouldn't have been fired. He won like 28. They won like 28% of the games when he was there. You deserve to lose your job if you don't win games. That's football. It is what it is.
I will agree with like Stu Gott's take, where it's like he technically aced like everything else personnel wise except the QB.
No, he didn't. Well,
So,
yeah.
I
When you
mean,
take Zach Wilson at number 2
Right,
overall,
right.
and you're
The
still
QB,
rebuilding
he
the
messed up.
offensive line 5 years in, no, you didn't ace everything. So
Sure, yeah, no,
sorry.
I agree with that. I mean,
When you're a Garrett Wilson injury away last year from being to like Xavier Gibson and Jeff Smith and Irv Charles receiving valuable minutes, no, you have not aced things. Good try though, bucko. So we're gonna start off on a positive note. The Jets didn't play last week, so I really hoped we could avoid talking about them at all. But it was a strange week of football. I'm not gonna say good. I'm not gonna say bad. I'm just going to say strange.
I would say a lot of unexpected things happened.
Oh, shut up, you. I'll get to you.
You should have been. You should have been here, Connor. He was trashing the entire slate of football. It was like
The 1 o'clock slate of games.
To be fair, I did not watch football that much this week. I watched a lot of college football, which was fantastic.
Oh yeah,
and then I've been very much hockey brain this past week because Devils are rocking up right now.
Yes, they are.
And enjoy the 5-month wait till playoff games. But
guess what? I want to enjoy it because my team rocks.
Yeah, but I thought you said your team is the Rocks. I'm like, I don't think that's a team.
My team rocks.
They play at the Rocks.
They play at the Rocks, so you're not wrong.
There you go. Where do we even start? Tommy, I'm not starting with the Dolphins. Actually, you know what? Let's start with the damn Dolphins. Let's get this out of the way.
The Dolphins. Yeah.
Why not just do chronological and start with Thursday Night Football, the Steelers versus
No,
Browns
because we usually talk about our teams and just kind of get that out of the way. So, Tommy, I'm going to talk about the Dolphins.
And how they're better than the Jets. Let's do it.
Not wrong.
FAP? That's not a high bar to clear.
Yeah.
The shit I took 2 hours ago is better than the Jets.
We still cleared it. That's all that matters.
I don't think that's all that matters, considering how much you're paying Tua. And you know, I've got to say it. I've got to say it, Tommy.
Come on.
I think Tua is being extremely overrated at the moment.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah.
I watch.
I'm 1 hit away from being a vegetable. So yeah.
And the Dolphin, yeah, true.
If
he
tries
to tackle someone with his head. I don't think the Dolphins can run the ball very well right now. I'm more impressed with their defense than their offense. Oh yeah, Devon Achane's 10 carries for 32 yards really gets me going, Tommy.
He's what carries the team half the time.
I think that the thing that, and maybe you'll agree with me on this, maybe this is our common ground. I think the thing that is helping Tua out is that for the first time in his career, he is a tight end worth throwing the ball to.
Yeah. And he's on my fantasy team, and he put up some fucking points this week.
I saw him.
Yeah, I added Jonnu Smith in a league, and I'm extremely happy.
Yeah.
Because he's been putting up numbers.
I saw a meme where it was like Jonnu Smith and Devon Achane, or Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And it was like those.
That's the thing. It's like you had what was the best receiver in the league last season on your team. And he's barely putting up any yards compared to Achane and Smith.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
I'm not either, but you know what? Tua is using all the weapons he has. Primarily this past week and last week was Achane and Smith.
Waddle put up 144.
Waddle did put up more up this week, but last week he wasn't utilized as much.
Well, I was going to say, he hasn't touched the ball in like 8 weeks. So good that he put up 144.
He's been sitting on my bench for the past couple of weeks, and now he's finally back on the roster.
So I'm going to go around the room just real quick. Do you believe in the Dolphins making a playoff run? I will have a very defiant no.
No,
Really?
with what else they have, with who else they're competing with, I would say no. Because this week we have the Packers at Packers, so I'm gonna say that's pretty,
Tua in the
pretty
cold.
certain that's gonna be a loss. Then the week after we have the Jets, which, no offense, I think they're gonna win, but that could be a toss-up. Then we have the Texans, another most likely loss. Then we have 49ers. To me, that's a toss-up. Then there's the Browns, and then the Jets again. It's a 50-50 for the rest of the
I just
season.
think you guys have too much ground to make up.
Yeah, that's the reason.
That's what I'm saying. With who else we're competing against and their records, I don't see it happening unless the Bills take a turn for the worse, which I don't see happening.
Well, you're not. The Bills can clinch the division this week.
Yeah.
I'm not even making that up. They literally can. If the Bills win and the Dolphins lose, they are AFC East champions again. It's straight year.
In terms of the conference, we're going up against the Chiefs, the Chargers, Steelers, Ravens, Texans, Colts. I don't think we're topping
Broncos.
Broncos are the only vulnerable team, but even then, they are looking fine.
Defense looks good. I'm not counting them out.
Yeah, my thing with
unless they have really shitty second halves of their seasons, and the Dolphins manage to win all their games, which I don't see happening, but it's possible. But it's a very long shot to say they're going to make the playoffs.
Like, I think the playoffs are set. Like, honestly, the only team I can possibly think is making a push is the Colts. But
I give the Dolphins a better chance than the Colts.
But at the same time, it's like, what we saw this week in football. Weird things can fucking happen to people's seasons, where we have the Panthers almost beating the Chiefs, for fuck's sake. I mean,
well, this is why I say the Colts, though, because they have Patriots. They're at Patriots, okay. They're at the Broncos, so they can make an easy game up a hand there.
I think they lose both of those games.
Okay. Then you have the Titans, the Giants, and the Jaguars.
They do have the easiest schedule.
They have a winnable schedule. That's all I take.
Yeah, but they're also a team that I think can lose to every single team. It's like we were going over the Jets games, and people were like, "Cardinals, that's a win," and it's like, the Jets could lose to every team. I think the Colts can too.
They're one of the most mid teams where they can beat everyone, but they can lose to everyone too. So it's just It's also very dependent on what QB play you get from Anthony Richardson. The reason I don't want to dismiss what the Dolphins did this week, but it's also
why not
the Patriots and Mayo.
Yeah,
coaching that team, so I don't want to dismiss anything.
I am happy to finally have the Finns winning games, which is always nice to see, despite their terrible first half of the season.
I mean, I'm a Drake May guy, but they did not look.
Be happy when they're winning, but at the same time, I know they're not going to be able to pull off some miracle.
Like, that team is just a soft.
They spent enough time on the Miami damn Dolphins.
They have enough weapons that they could do it if they really tried. And
I didn't watch a single second of this game, Thursday Night Football in the snow.
Thursday Night
Steelers Browns, because I was doing Glicked. That's seeing Gladiator 2 and Wicked, by the way. That's not like a new street drug. Do y'all remember when y'all called me stupid for picking the Browns to beat the Steelers?
I'm very adamant, and remember,
in fairness,
stupid.
In fairness, I think the one that in fairness, the pick that we were actually what is this man doing was that the Vikings pick that was going against the Vikings, I believe. That was
a less egregious pick than the Browns one was. I remember you guys were like, "This line is unbelievable. Why are the Steelers favored by only 2.5?"
If I had also known that they were playing in a snow globe, I would have
Yeah, you would pick Jameis Winston, the guy that's never played in snow before.
No, but my point is that the fact that they were playing in a snow globe made that game a toss-up at that point. I once I saw that it was snowing, I was like, oh, Jameis might actually win this game, because it just is what it is.
I mean, I think
I think
Browns won that game because Myles Garrett just dominated the line of scrimmage.
Sure, but I think
I have to say I really enjoyed watching this game, just because it was fun watching the clusterfuck in the snow. And you had no idea what was going to happen each play, so it was actually kind of fun to watch.
I also, whenever it's a game like that, I just trust a team who can run the ball more. And I don't have anything against Najee and Jaylen Warren. I just don't think their run game is as better as most run games. Not even that the Browns ran the ball that well. I just think, like you said, like Myles Garrett like wrecked the game. So I think they have a game changing defensive end. So were you correct in picking the Browns? Yeah, sure. But like
Yeah.
that was still like a pretty off the wall pick.
But at the end of the day, you still just got lucky because you're still in 4th place.
Right.
That's fine by me. There's plenty of time to make it up.
Connor is trailing by 2.
I know.
Brandon, of course, is leading.
Very scary times.
But Mitchell, you finally made it to triple digits on this week, so
Let's do it.
I gotta say with that game,
triple
though,
digits.
I gotta say that I'm happy that I know he's been playing well, but like, go Nick Chubb after his injury that he went through.
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm
thought
glad
he was
to him
gone.
put some 2 tutties in there. It was nice to see.
Mitchell, why were you confused by the triple digits?
You finally broke the 100 win threshold.
Oh, the season. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I thought you were saying for this week.
Some people broke the 100 win threshold like 3 weeks ago.
Yep, that is correct. And some people didn't trade basically everything their franchise has for the first overall pick to get someone that looks like a bust so far. But the Carolina Panthers did that. So, Brandon, let's talk about the Panthers losing to the Kansas City Chiefs 30-27. And Bryce Young looking more like an NFL quarterback, but I think people are going a little too far.
So, I think I'm very encouraged by last Sunday because honestly, it was the perfect storm. It's kind of what you wanted as a Panthers fan. Didn't lose ground in the draft stock race to the bottom. But also Bryce Young looked like a confident and capable quarterback, and like the stats won't really bear out like, oh, he played exceptionally well.
The stat sheet.
But I mean, they were blitzing him the whole time. It was like cover 0, cover 1, exotic like blitz packages from Spagnuolo, and he was standing in there and throwing the ball like down the field and connecting, and that was probably the biggest strides I think I saw was like, oh, this man like actually understood like the blitz is coming from my left, like my hot route is on the left side and stuff like that. So yeah, I was excited as a Panthers fan just to see Bryce play well and really the team. Like people were joking and like the take was like, oh, is this the best loss of the season? But it honestly might be. Like it was a pretty impressive loss, and I don't like conceding like, oh, like this is a victory or whatever. But
kind of sounds like you're doing that though.
No, okay.
I just think it's the best. I just think it's the best outcome, right? Like Bryce Young plays extremely well against the Chiefs defense that's really good, and yet you still lose the game, and you don't lose like ground and tanking basically to get a pick. So I'm all for it. Like the Patriots should be drawing this up. They should be playing Drake May, getting his confidence up, and then losing games, which is kind of what they're doing. So if Carolina can do that, I'm all for it. Is basically what I'm saying.
Okay, let's put it this way: the Panthers only punted twice this whole game.
Yeah, Johnny Hecker's been their best player.
That's a huge win for them, and like it's a game you can build off of. Like
right
as a no, I'm just going to go hockey because the Devils were god awful for many years. Like sometimes you have losses where you can like, yeah, there's a lot of good small things here we can definitely build off of. It's a good, like, yeah, they lost, but that's still a statement. Like, hey, we're not dead. Like we weren't the Panthers of 2 years ago. And Bryce Young does not look like someone where is like you mentioned he might be a bust. Like, but like if he actually turns out to be a competent quarterback, hey, that's something. And
yeah, I mean, he looked like he has a chance to start next year, which is like wild compared to the conversations that were being had earlier this season about him. And Canales, that was the best he's looked as head coach this year. Like Canales actually looked like a head coach and like he had some stuff figured out, which is awesome to see because I'm like kind of a big Canales guy in terms of like I think they should give him 2 to 3 years to really decide if he can actually do this.
Yeah, I put it this way: there's hope.
Right.
All right.
You did not say that last year.
Let's switch. Let's switch to the actual NFL team that played in Charlotte on Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs with the win, 30-27. Should we be worried about the Chiefs and the fact that they can't seem to pull away from anybody? Even with Mahomes not throwing the interceptions that we've seen from him in weeks past.
So explain this to me, because he looked exceptional for about 3 quarters, and then they throttled it back for, I don't know, like a half a quarter, like the half of the fourth quarter, and then obviously when Mahomes needed to win a game, he like flipped the switch back on. But
yeah, they were like minus 500 to win when Mahomes got the ball. It's insane how everyone just knew what was going to happen.
Right. I mean, as a Panthers fan, I was like, okay, yeah, he's gonna like drive them down the field, run with his legs. He's gonna do what he needs to do to get him in field goal position. Like, it's just crazy to me that he can almost flip the switch, and so can this Chiefs team. Like when they need to like win a game, they can flip the switch. I don't love it, but I still think they're one of the best teams in football. Like I mean, I do. Like I don't know if it's like they actually are bad, because the defense is good and the offense, like when it needs to be good, is good. So I don't know.
But the defense is definitely showing signs of weakness in the last few weeks.
Sure.
More so than they have at the beginning of the season, where they kind of looked like an impenetrable unit. And now you got Bryce Young and Chuba Hubbard and David Moore scoring 27 on this team. And I'm just not impressed with the Chiefs this year. I know they're 10-1, and like, yeah, you have to respect the record, obviously. But like, I think that this is Buffalo's conference to lose at the moment, and you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure Baltimore isn't better than Kansas City as well. So,
I would push back on it a little bit, because the fact that like they're a team that's like, they know the regular season to them, yeah, the wins are always great, but like they don't. To me, they're a playoff team. Like when the playoffs come, that's going to turn on.
That's kind of my point, right? Is they're kind of coasting, it seems like.
Yeah, like they're doing just enough what they need to do to win, and yeah, it's kind of they're kind of playing with their food a little bit, but like they are just that good in order they can do that. Like really, like the Raiders, Chargers, Browns, Texans, Steelers, Broncos. That's the rest of the schedule. Like yeah, they have what, 4 playoff teams there, and honestly, I would have them favored in every single one of them.
Yeah, I would favor them in any matchup going forward. I mean, the only team I wouldn't favor them against is probably the Bills and the Lions. Every other team I'd favor them against.
Yeah. I just don't like the whole "I'll turn it on come playoff time."
Oh yeah, it's
approach
a dangerous
game in football.
Right.
I get like when LeBron would do that in the NBA. Because the NBA playoffs, you know, it's a 7-game series. It's much longer. You can feel things out a little bit more, as opposed to if you don't come with your best stuff in the NFL playoffs, you can get bounced unexpectedly quickly. And I know it hasn't happened to Mahomes, but it's happened to Brady before. Okay, last Jets playoff win happened to Brady in a season that he looked phenomenal in. And the whole like, oh, we'll just turn it on come playoff time. I'm not the biggest fan of that approach.
I agree with that, but they've earned it. That's simple as that. As a team, they have won back-to-back Super Bowls. Like,
I agree with that. And if you want to, you know, pick them to win the Super Bowl based on, hey, the track record is there, they've done this before. I'm 100% like, I'm not going to say that like, oh, you're stupid, you're a dumbass, or you know, I'm not going to do anything like that. I probably wouldn't do that anyway, because it's not like you're picking the Raiders to win the Super Bowl. But
it's more so
I need to see it on the field.
I get that. It's more so the fact that I have no reason to doubt them at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because like to me, it says Andy Reid is like, all right, we're just taking care of business here. We're going, we get our win. It doesn't matter if they blow the doors off a team or not. Like a win's a win. They're still valued the same way.
Well, let's talk about a team that has not earned the benefit of the doubt, and that's the Washington Commanders.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering where you're going to go with that, but yeah, that makes sense.
Losing at home to the Dallas Cowboys, 34-26, in a game that
That had
This
to
is
hurt.
one of the most insane things
Okay.
I've ever seen. This game was a under-better's dream in the first 3.5 quarters. And then the fourth quarter, I just can't. I mean, I don't really bet overs and unders like that. But if I had, this game would have made me want to jump off a bridge if I had the under. Special teams was a disaster the whole way through. Dallas had multiple a blocked field goal, a missed
Didn't
field
Aubrey
goal.
just flat out miss one too?
Yeah, he did miss one from like 38 or something. It was very
It was
strange.
a wide miss.
Yeah, the Commanders kicker missed multiple kicks as well. I think
Let's
there's a
get his
blocked
name on the
punt in
record.
there.
Seibert.
Austin Seibert. Yep.
Yeah, let's get his name on the record.
Kevontae Turpin had one of the
Does he still have a
silliest
job? I'm not trying to be
kickoff
mean. Does
No, he has a
Seibert have
job. He was
crazy.
injured, so
Okay,
I'll give him a tiny bit of a pass. Kevontae Turpin had a kick return that was just one of the craziest things I've ever seen. There was an onside kick return for a touchdown. And
the last 2 minutes of that game, like if you had told me like that's football, I would have been like, "What is that?" Like that would make no sense.
Turns out the kicker's on IR now for the Commanders.
Yeah, that makes
Sounds
sense.
about right. Yeah,
I knew he was hurt. I thought there was a chance he might get cut because they were like,
No.
instead of putting him on IR, let's just cut him.
Daniels to McLaurin at the end of the game, but then a missed extra point.
What are the Cowboys doing on that play? Like all you have to do is tackle him. If you tackle him in bounds, the game is over.
Yeah, they wanted the game to be over. They just wanted to lose. It was crazy, and I think that a lot of people
purposely missed tackles.
I don't think they purposely missed tackles. I just think that it was a great throw, and they had a lot of young guys back in the secondary because they're very banged up, and the awareness of time, situation, and also just poor tackling angles more than anything else really led to Terry McLaurin getting that touchdown. I still think Jaden Daniels is playing really good football. I think a lot of people are coming down on him, and he's still playing well, but it's the run game. They've been beat up. Robinson got hurt. Eckler, I thought, died on the field.
So I think he got knocked out, and they had to like smelling salt him back. Because like I'm almost positive
that's not a verb.
Put like the salts underneath the nose and like.
No, he had a concussion.
That's what I was getting at. Is I think he like got severely concussed. So I don't know if we're gonna see him for a while.
No, it's gonna be like Jeremy McNichols in the backfield, and Washington's gonna have some trouble there. The defense definitely not playing as well as it had been playing.
Yeah,
I don't like. I'm not going to say that this team's not going to make the playoffs.
People are also joking about like Kingsbury, like the second.
I was going there next.
Kingsbury thing.
Maybe it's not Kyler. It was Cliff.
Right. I don't know. Like to me, Jaden doesn't look healthy, and I don't even know if it's the ribs thing. He just doesn't look healthy when he like runs the ball. So I'm not in on the Commanders. Like I'm actually out on the Commanders. I really, yeah.
Do you think they found a playoff spot?
I mean, it's the NFC East, so I think they'll probably be fine. But I mean,
well, it's more so the fact that like because they're sitting in the 7th spot right now.
Yeah.
And they have
a half game up on Arizona.
They have half game on Arizona.
Yeah. And let's be real, the whole division is nipping at their heels. That division is like a bloodbath.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Cowboys are dead. I don't think the Cowboys have a chance to make the playoffs.
He's talking about the NFC West.
But
the NFC West. West, Arizona, Seattle. Like honestly,
LA.
I can see either one of those teams. San Francisco too. Okay. They can all bounce over that team, and
the Niners are dead.
Yeah, I see what you mean now. Because like whoever wins the NFC West is obviously in. So the next 2 spots are probably going to like NFC West teams, I would think.
Well, the thing is, it's Vikings at 9-2, Green Bay at 8-3, and then Commanders at 7-5. I think this Commanders is the only vulnerable spot to get in.
Right.
And the Cardinals are sitting at like half game, and looks like Tampa is sitting at a game and a half.
Yeah, my whole point with the Cowboys is there's technically a path for them to still make the playoffs, which is just like absolutely insane because they
Path
look
my
awful.
ass. Yeah.
No, I mean I don't think that path is real, but like
Nah.
the point is the point
There's too many
is
teams to
that
hop over.
Hey,
is that there's like a chance, which is part of the issue with the NFC. Like to Connor's point, like I don't know if the Commanders actually have a playoff spot now, and I don't know if I would have said that 4 weeks ago.
who gets your offensive rookie of the year vote right now? Mine's still going to Jaden Daniels, but Bo Nix is definitely making up ground.
Since we give it to just quarterbacks, most likely, I would say Jaden Daniels, but
Well, who would it be if it wasn't a quarterback this year?
the Giants.
The team?
No, the running back. Yeah, well, Neighbors and then,
Tracy?
yeah, isn't Tracy a rookie?
He's like 27, but yeah, technically.
Yeah, I mean Tracy's looked good. I mean
He's looked good.
I
mean,
know.
as far as NFL, yeah, Tracy or like Bucky Irving or something like that.
Yeah,
but
I was
still
also
go,
gonna say like Bucky Irving's a probably good one too. I mean, he's
go
basically ripped that backfield away from Rashad White.
Yeah.
Yes, he has.
Basically
Connor,
his.
Good for him.
where's your vote right now?
I'll probably still be Daniels, but I did the Bucky Irving one because he has really solidified himself back there. That'd be my
Also,
dark
someone making a bit of a run right now. Lad McConkey.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to love
called
Lad
him a
McConkey.
top 10 possession receiver last week, and I stand by that. I mean, he's the way he gets open, the way he catches the ball, like it's legit. It's real. So
Tommy?
I'm definitely going Irving because he's also on my fantasy team and he's been helping carry in points.
Yes, sir.
Sure,
Only
why
fantasy,
not?
only
Well,
fantasy.
let's go over just kind of quickly with this one. I don't want to spend much time talking about Bucks Giants, but Baker and the Bucks looked really good. The Giants completely fell apart since we last talked about them.
Were they ever together to fall apart?
They benched Daniel Jones, and then they demoted Daniel Jones to fourth-team quarterback, and then played him at scout team safety, and then cut him, and then lost by 23 at home to Tampa Bay.
They didn't play their second QB. They went straight to Tommy DeVito, their third-string QB.
To be fair, I think Tommy DeVito's better than Drew Lock, but not by much.
Sure, but why are we paying Drew Lock then? Why do we bring Drew Lock in the building? Like, what?
Why is Drew Lock still in the NFL? But I don't know.
I mean, is he there to like vibe to the rap music every video I see where it's like, oh, Drew Lock? Just like on the sideline.
There's one video 5 years ago, and everybody's like, oh yeah, Drew Lock's cool. Drew Lock also sucks at football, so.
I'm in a spaceship.
Yeah. Sam Darnold played well against Chicago. The Bears really made a nice comeback. I thought Caleb Williams played well in that game. But Darnold, I think he's putting together more of a well-rounded season than I expected because he started out strong, and it's like, all right, we saw this news at Carolina. He had some good games with the Jets, but he's never been the one to really put the whole thing together. A few weeks back, he started throwing picks, and it's like, all right, Sam Darnold's turning back into a pumpkin. And lo and behold, against Chicago, he plays really well. Him and Jordan Addison had a good thing going in that game, and the Vikings, don't look now, but the Vikings are 9-2.
I don't want to make excuses for Justin Jefferson being MIA this week, but if you watch the All 22 or just like watch the broadcast, he was very much being double teamed and triple teamed.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Game. So I completely understand why Addison went off.
They have a rough slate coming up though.
They do,
like,
but they're still like that.
NFC North is brutal.
The defense is good, so
not even the NFC North, but they also have the NFC West, the Cardinals and Seahawks.
Yeah,
and then
you think they have to split like the North games? Probably
they don't have any gimmies.
No,
they don't have a single game where you go, oh well, they play the Jaguars. You know,
but they're still 9-2, right? So if they just
they build a buffer. There's a buffer there. Like if they go 500, they're fine
because they're not catching the Lions, which is funny because I think they're like
conceivably
a game back.
They could, but they're not. But the Vikings are 9-2 right now. I think that if they win If they win one more game, they'll be and then lose all the rest. They'll finish 10-7. And I don't that might be good enough, but there's some like I don't know. If they just win 2 of their next 6 games, they're in the playoffs. So I feel good about Minnesota. I do not feel good about the major piss ass frauds known as the Houston Texans.
Yeah,
this team is fraudulent as hell.
Man, dude. Jeez.
The offensive line looks bad. CJ Stroud has had a bad season this year. And maybe it's because of the offensive line.
It's 100% because of the offensive line.
Yes.
Be real.
But he's also just not made good decisions. He's not as good at moving around in the pocket as he was last year. I'm not seeing it from Stroud this season. And yet they're still going to waltz into the AFC South title and host a playoff game. And they'll probably play, I'd say, either the Ravens or Steelers in the first game, and I think lose.
I think part of it with him is that, like, he's still a rookie. And
he's not.
I'm not as a rookie, but, like, he's still, like, a newer quarterback. He's still young.
He's a second-year QB.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like, I might be a rookie.
There's,
he's a young player. And
there's
but I was hearing people calling him a top 3 quarterback this offseason.
I was not on that bandwagon.
Did you?
Oh, I know.
I'm just saying.
I heard that. I was
Did you
hearing
see
people
that podcast clip
Mahomes,
where he was like,
Mahomes, Lamar, and CJ Stroud. And I'm like, did you forget about 10 people?
The funniest thing about that podcast clip when he goes like, it would be Lamar, Mahomes, Allen, myself, and then he was like Dak Prescott, and everyone else around him was like, "You have Dak over Burrow," and he's like, "I love Joe, but Joe was hurt last year." I was like, "Okay, CJ." I was like, a lot like Dak Prescott. I think CJ. I want to word this correctly. I think for Stroud to be successful, a lot of things have to go in the right places. I don't think he can like elevate bad offensive line play.
See, I thought that's what he was doing last year. I
don't think he was
elevating.
I think the offensive line was actually like decent in quotation marks.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was certainly better because, again, like I said about the Jets. But
to Connor's point, being a second-year QB, there's whispers. They're just whispers in the wind that the league might have figured CJ out. Like there's like a game plan for him now. Like people have tape on him, so they're like, "Oh, if we take away this route and this route, he's very good at getting the ball out of his hands really quickly and like quick reads, but maybe he can't get to like the second and third, read." So
and I think we have to say it. Will Levis is starting to show some improvement.
Well, but then he'll have the random.
Oh yeah, no. Yes, he will. Oh, he can't shake everything out. He's still like, I gotta do something stupid every now and then.
Chats, who was it that was like, oh, that was the perfect Will Levis game? Like that was
it was. But it's the Will Levis game that if you're a Titans fan, you're okay with because there was much more good than bad. Much more.
He's the biggest boomer bust QB in the entire league outside of Jameis.
I was going to say Jameis.
Outside of Jameis, he's the biggest boomer bust QB.
I want to say this too. I'm just looking at last year's schedule. Like there are some games that he definitely won, but like the end of the season was nothing particularly great for CJ Stroud. I know there was injuries with that wide receiver core, but like
right.
Like, okay, I'm looking through.
He kind of fell off a little bit.
He did carve the hell out of Cleveland. And Cleveland was a great defense last year.
That's a good point.
In the playoffs,
which again goes back to the offensive line. Like, they held up against that Cleveland defensive front. Like,
But going through, like, okay, this is from week 11. So that they beat the Bengals in a good game, 30-27 in week 10. Then they put up.
Are you gonna get
21 against the Cardinals?
The Jets beat the piss out of him.
This is what I'm getting at here, though. 21 against the Cardinals, which was not a good defense last year. Jacksonville, 21 points against them. The Broncos, good defense, 22 points. The Jets, he got his bell rung, but 6. Titans only 19. The Browns, when they lost to them, 22. Texans, 26. Colts, 23. They did not eclipse 30 points after week 10. And that alone is kind of like, especially the Titans twice, and you can't put up more than 30 points? Like, that's something where, like, as a quarterback, like...
Well, Titans this year, they put up 27.
Exactly. They put up, like it's more the situation where, like, people were saying, like, oh, he's an elite quarterback. Like, he's not there yet. Like, he's been winning games. Like, it's like kind of like a Bo Nix thing. It's like he's been winning games for them. But, like, he's not, like, putting great numbers up.
And this isn't to defend, like, that take, because I don't believe it either. But if you watch C.J. Stroud and some of the plays he made last year, you were like, holy shit.
The talent's there. I'm not saying it isn't.
He's an incredible thrower of the football. Like, that is an insane play. Like, that's the ultimate point. But, like, Will Levis also has those moments, like you were mentioning earlier, Mitchell, where it's like, oh my God, like, he just made that play, and then he throws the ball
right to the other team.
Yeah. Which, by the way, talking about the worst picks in the league this year, what was Kyler doing?
That was what I was about to get to. Kyler Murray threw the game away for the Cardinals, but really nothing.
That was when they lost that game in, like, the second quarter when he did that.
I think they lost. No, I think that was like late third. And they lost the game on that play, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Because the Seahawks offense, they refused. Like, I actually love Mark Sanchez doing color commentary. I think he's really good at it. And he's funny in a way where it's not like Robert Griffin III is, like, trying to, like, he's not trying to go viral. You know,
sure,
he's just.
But he should be elevated to a higher booth than I think people like realize.
Yes,
I agree with that.
But he was Cardinals Seahawks was a big game. Did that game, and he was just like at the end of the game, he's like, I'm just in shock at the Seahawks and their complete just lack of wanting to run the football at all in this game.
Right?
They just keep on dropping back, and it's like 1st and 10 with 4 minutes to go, and they won't run the ball at all. But neither team in this game could run the ball.
As someone who has a lot of Kenneth Walker stock in about, like, 5 fantasy teams, I don't know why they don't run the ball with him.
Hey, as someone with a team with JSN and a team with DK, I didn't mind it whatsoever. But it wasn't Geno's best day. It sure wasn't Kyler's best day. And the Seahawks defense looks really good. And the NFC West is just a mess.
I still think it's the Cardinals, right? I still think it's the Cardinals to lose. Personally.
If the Seahawks defense is going to play like that, they were just living in the backfield. I know Arizona kind of was as well, but I don't
imagine when Trey McBride finds the end zone for 2 scores.
The craziest
it's going to happen at some point.
NFC West for me is I feel like it could go to any team except San Francisco.
Yeah, I think San Francisco's done. I
think they're done. I think that the locker room is kind of checked out at the moment. Deebo Samuel looks like he'd rather be doing anything other than playing football at the moment. They got rolled by the Packers. That was going to happen because Brock Purdy didn't play. And I know that I picked the Niners in that game, but I didn't know that Brock Purdy wasn't going to play. So I obviously would have picked the Packers if I had known that.
Do you want to go around the podcast and talk about if, like, Christian McCaffrey's done? Like, or just, like, not
he's
good.
Done. He's done.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
CMC is MIA. He's done.
Yeah. Tommy,
always the Dolphins. You know, like,
do we have an opinion on Christian? Like, I mean, I
thought he's been done for a while now.
What?
Yeah.
No,
No, I mean, this injury is just like, I don't know. He just doesn't look right. And, like, he'll come back next year and probably be a top 5 running back. But
I don't think so. I think he is on the decline.
Yeah, fair.
He just got his whole injury thing. He's gonna try to play no matter what. And as someone who's owned a lot of Christian McCaffrey over the past 7 years, Like it's
I mean-
very much a roller coaster because I'm in a dynasty a keeper league, and I've always ended up with Chris McCaffrey some way or another.
Yeah,
And
See, I don't think I've ever had McCaffrey.
I've always had him. I
I
don't.
mean, look, when you have him and he's on and he's like the best running back.
Oh,
in-
yeah.
Oh, he just dominates.
I mean, I kind of see what you're talking about, Connor, because like he does have a roller coaster when you look at his stats. Like going back all the way to 2017, he started with 435 yards for the season, 2 touchdowns. Then it spikes in 2018, 2019. He was at
Right, the Panthers started using him.
1,300
Yeah.
yards.
Panthers used him, and then he got
Got rid of
injured,
Jonathan
and then he was
Stewart.
traded. Like,
And but then he drops back down in 2020 to 2022. He maxes out at only 746 as the highest.
Yeah,
Very
he wasn't playing. Out
Then
there.
23, he jumps
he
back
was
up to
hurt.
1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns for the season, and now
Okay.
he's down to only 149 yards, granted because of the injury. But he's
He's
just
had a
up
lot
and
of
down.
injury problems throughout his career.
Now
when he's
I'm
healthy,
curious.
he's on. But
yeah, like I'm looking through his. Let's see. This is what I wanted to say. Receiving.
Yeah, they're not really using him out of the backfield. As a
That's what I was
receiver.
looking at because like as I recall, because again I he's on my fantasy team. Like
Yeah, no,
he
that's
hasn't getting a lot of
what makes
receptions out of the
him-
backfield, which is what he's really good at. Like he had 4 targets, three receptions for 38 yards.
I
That's pretty
feel very comfortable saying this. He is the best running back out of the backfield running routes
Oh yeah,
in maybe the history of the NFL.
no, he's
Like,
fantastic.
You can line him up as slot receiver, and he would be like one of the best slot receivers in the NFL. I think Jahmyr Gibbs has that quality too.
I
But-
actually think it might. I think that Prime Camara.
Well, yeah, that was the
Or
only. That was
Prime-
another one.
I
Yeah.
think that Prime Camara or Prime Sproles
Yep.
could really give
But he's
CMC a run for
that
his money.
tier is my point, and it just feels like they haven't been getting him the ball, and like that was the perfect situation when you get Brandon Allen, or sorry, like Brandon
Yeah, it was
Allen.
Brandon Allen.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Kyle Allen for some reason.
I thought it was
But-
going to be Josh Dobbs until I turned
Yeah.
on the game. I'm like, I thought he was on San Francisco.
You were
That's
like
not.
17 Allen. You were like to Josh, like.
Okay,
Like,
so-
wait, how the hell did this happen?
The rushing game is worrying, but like that's never. Sometimes he breaks. Like he's not breaking off the big runs, and I think that's with his injury. And
Yeah, that's his
what-
injury.
And like because I'm looking through like when they beat Tampa Bay, which is a respectable team, 7 targets, 6 receptions, 68 yards.
Right.
5 targets against Seattle. 4
I just don't know
receptions,
why they
1-7.
aren't using him out of the backfield more. Like, I would honestly line him up at slot and use Mason. Like, I would use 2 running backs. Like, I just don't. Like, he gives you that versatility. Is my point. It's kind of
Let's
like
keep
Debo
the
gives you the same
conversation on
versatility.
running backs for a second.
Yeah.
Let's talk about maybe the MVP league right now.
No, the
Saquon
best player.
Barkley.
Yeah, the best player in the
Good
league.
old Saquon.
I
it's
know
not-
I
hands
talked
down,
about
it's not
Josh
close.
Allen last week, but I think that last year it felt like, I don't know, do you want to be MVP? I don't know, do you want to be MVP? And then we just kind of settled on Lamar. This year it feels like people actually want this shit. Joe Burrow's like, I know my team sucks, but please let me be in there. And it's like, no, you got to be above 500, bucko. But Saquon Barkley,
Who made up
255
these
yards.
rules? Like,
two
you have to be above.
touchdowns.
No, this is
the league.
always an arbitrary thing. Like
Yeah, it's just so
hockey
stupid.
went through this whole same thing where
So dumb.
like you have to be a playoff contender. Like some people would
It's-
actually vote. Like having
This isn't just a football thing. This is a sports.
Oh, yeah,
thing.
no,
It's
the
a sports
NBA
thing.
did this with Russell
Sports.
Westbrook a few years back.
Because people do the same thing in baseball. They'll be like, "Oh, well, Felix Hernandez didn't win enough games, so how could he be the Cy Young?" And it's like he had like a 2 ERA. Like, what are we talking about? It's
I'm a
like-
Met
like,
fan, but my heart
you're
goes to
really
Lindor losing to Shohei. I know Shohei is
Sure.
that good, but I'm like, oh,
Yeah. But
Yeah, fuck. him.
sorry, Mitchell. Say the stats again because they're absurd.
26 carries, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's 9.8 yards a carry. He also had 4 catches for 47 yards with a long of 31. AJ Brown, 6 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown. And Jalen Hurts, I mean, he's looking good, but he definitely doesn't have
he's
to put
good.
the team on his back or anything
But
like
this
that.
is what I thought of like when I called Jalen Hurts a complimentary piece
Man,
earlier.
I'm
Like that's what
telling
I'm
you,
thinking of.
backstory here for Connor and Tommy. The guy that had Saquon Barkley in our Dynasty League was looking to trade him last year, and I lowballed him an offer because he was just trying to get rid of
He
him
was just trying
no
to
matter
dump him.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to get him, and then Brandon comes in. If I knew that Saquon Barkley was going to be on the Eagles, I would have quadrupled my price. Absolutely, because as soon as he signed with them, I'm like, this is going to be a problem
Well,
Nice,
because
Brandon.
I'm not a big
No, I mean, it
DeAndre
is what it
Swift
is.
guy.
No, why was he looking to trade him?
Because Giants, he
He's
I
not
really
the
don't
smartest
know.
fella.
I really
but
don't know why he traded Saquon, but when
He
I
also
heard he was
traded
shopping,
Bijan this offseason too,
Yeah,
but got
well, he's
Derrick
also-
Henry in the trade.
Well,
he's
the thing is,
also
like,
a playoff team, so I can't
Yeah.
really talk too much.
like, but the thing is, last year, like, what's real? The vibes were not great for Saquon because
no, sure.
the
but
Giants are a trash team, and
this was my whole thing. Is from everything I heard from the Giants, like this isn't even before like all the Hard Knock stuff comes out, and it's like, oh, we were having discussions like, do we pay Daniel Jones or pay him? I never thought they were going to pay Saquon because basically they were like, we have Tyrone Tracy behind him. Like, what are we like? We don't need to pay him.
yeah,
And to be fair, I kind of get it, but it's Saquon, and he's the best running back in the NFL, and you should give him the money. Like him and McCaffrey, when healthy and on the field, are game changing players.
Is
and like
he
that's
the best
problem.
running back in the NFL, or is it Derrick Henry?
No, he's the best. Come on,
no,
Derrick Henry can't do the things that Saquon can do.
yeah,
And Saquon can't do the things that Derrick Henry can
That's
do.
100%
they're
fair.
different style running backs.
Yes.
So
But-
I still take
like
Barkley. I take Barkley
Same.
over Henry every single time.
Right.
I don't know about every single
yeah.
time.
Every
I'm
single
very
time.
interested to see because Derrick Henry has put teams on his back and said,
Right.
all right, mediocrity, we're going to the AFC Championship game because of me.
No, don't get
And
me wrong. He's
Saquon
amazing.
Barkley-
I love
and Saquon
Derrick
Barkley,
Henry.
to be fair, has never had the chance to do that because he's been on dog shit ass teams.
Also, jokes on me, guys. I had Derrick Henry in that same league as well, and traded him
So
for a
did
second
I.
round pick. And traded him for a second round pick. So
Yeah.
jokes on me. We
We
could have
both
had Saquon and Derrick Henry in.
Yeah,
my pack.
that hurts. That hurts, bud.
Well,
It hurt.
yeah, you Saquon and Jamar Chase. Cry me a fucking river.
I know I'm out of the best team in the league.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes there. You're still my playoff bitch until proven otherwise. So, Ravens 30, Chargers 23. This one let me down a lot because I was a big, like, I put on the Chargers uniform. I was ready to go. I believe, and I still do.
Yeah.
I still believe in this team, but
Dobbins getting hurt is not good.
well, let me tell you, that decision to go for it on 4th and 1 at the 16-yard line in the second quarter, the balls. They don't need to call him John Harbaugh. They need to call him John Harbaughs because that took some stones to make that decision. And I really think that won them the game. That decision.
I think he didn't care. Like, I think he was like, I'm facing my brother. I want to like stomp on his throat. Like, let me run this ball. Like, I think that's what it was.
I'm telling you right now, that's Harbaugh has always been an analytics guy, and he listens to them.
Yes.
They told him,
they probably said Derrick Henry against this line. 90%
No,
chance.
they ran Mark Andrews.
No,
they did the
fair.
push with Mark Andrews.
But it's the thing though, like they're such a well-run organization for so goddamn long.
I don't want to shoot holes.
What must that be like?
I don't want to shoot holes into the tush push. But when he told who did Jason Kelsey tell that they could be behind center for the tush push and they would also get it? Like it wasn't a Jalen Hurts thing. It was like he told what reporter was it? I'm gonna figure it out.
I don't know.
Jason Kelsey basically said like Jalen Hurts isn't the reason the tush push is successful. Like the tush push is successful if you time it right, like every single time. Like it's an unstoppable play is basically what he said. So yeah, if they're running a tush push with Mark Andrews, like, I mean, yeah, I'd run that play every time probably. I mean, yeah. I mean, I will agree with you. It takes stones to make that decision, Mitchell, but I don't know. I'm kind of with that.
That's a team that knows what they have and is willing to put the money in the line because they know they are that good and they have the numbers to prove it. And
that's a
they trust those
dangerous
numbers.
team this time of year. A team that's confident in what they can do and puts themselves in situations other teams won't.
Yep. I always had a soft spot for the Ravens, and it's nice to see them like because again to me like I always like analytic teams and like I've been
But
rooting on them
also,
for so long now.
you know, nothing the Ravens do in November or December carries really any weight.
Nope. It's all playoffs for them.
Until they make the Super Bowl at a minimum.
Yep.
Because this is a team that should have been in the Super Bowl at least once with Lamar Jackson, if not multiple times, and haven't even gotten to the game. So that's what the Ravens will be judged on, just like the Bills. The Bills will be judged on it the same way the Ravens will. The Ravens probably even more harshly because they've been a 1 seed with an MVP twice and have yet to play in the Super Bowl. So
to be fair, the AFC is also a freaking juggernaut. Oh wait.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But the NFC's catching up a little bit. I do think so. I think the NFC's deeper this year than the AFC for sure. But we'll see how things go. Week 13 picks. Let's do it. We got Thanksgiving football. 3 games. 2 of them not so good. One of them, what? Brandon?
Just really quick, it was Melissa Stark on the Sunday night broadcast who said Jason Kelsey told me if I was behind the offensive line for a
I don't think I think Dexter
I don't believe it either. But
I think Dexter Lawrence would crush her personally, but that's just
I think it's hilarious that Jason Kelsey said that to her. Is what I'm basically.
Bears at Lions. The Bears, they keep playing close. I think that comes to a close. I think the Lions demolish Chicago.
Lions. All right, is anybody going against the Lions?
Because it's Thanksgiving, I'm gonna say Chicago covers, but Lions win. So
Giants at Cowboys, 4:30, perfect nap time. If you're looking to take a nap at some point, that's when we'll be eating.
I will be napping on.
This is the turkey coma game.
Yeah. I'm taking the Cowboys. They're favored by 3.5, and I think they cover that too.
Yeah, I don't like the Cowboys at all, but the Giants are bad. So give me the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Simple. Said it simply enough. I fully
simple math.
So everybody on the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Dolphins Packers. Lambeau Fields, 8:20. It's supposed to be under 30 degrees. And that's why I have to take Green Bay to win the game. I will, Connor, It's the way you said it with Mahomes, where you're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's the opposite with me. With this, I need to see Tua win against a good team in cold weather before I pick it to happen. Give me the Packers, and I think they cover too.
Yes,
I'm glad he plays in Miami because his ball does not look the same in cold weather.
He does not have the Josh Allen, like, my ball can cut through the wind. No, it can't.
I think Packers. No offense, Tommy. I think Packers win by
no offense.
They win by they win by 14. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing. I was surprised this line is so tight. Like they're asking to bet the over.
So if it's 3.5, they're basically saying like, oh, it's a pick 'em.
No,
it's basically
I would not see that
type
in this
game. And I'm like, I don't see that. Yeah.
On a neutral field, the Packers maybe by like a point type.
Right,
thing.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And so I just don't.
I
think the Packers are like a 10-point favorite, in my opinion.
I would say at least. I would say 6.5.
Test for Tua and their offense. So I'm very excited to watch.
But are you picking them, Tommy?
I'm gonna pick them. Balls on the line.
Okay. I will say this much. I know I said definitively no on the Dolphins playoff run. You win this game.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Change my tune.
This is going to make or break the Dolphins season. If they pull off a win, my confidence is fully back.
And if they lose, it's going to be a lot of, it's more of the same, and we're already behind, and the vibes are going to be back.
Yeah. We can keep this brief, but my question to most fans would be, like Dolphins fans, do we actually want to make the playoff as the 7th seed and then lose in that game?
I think it would, or do we just want a good testament to the Dolphins to say, hey, we had a really shitty season, but we still managed to pull off
If I was Miami,
Yeah.
I would want a better draft pick. I would just want to lose.
No, I'm with Tommy on
It's
this.
my point.
I think that if you
we have a solid team. It just had a really shitty start, and
Right,
it took
sure.
a long time to get back. But
Yeah, and
two has been back for what, 3 weeks now, and they're looking good,
yeah, that's
as
fair.
good as the Dolphins can look.
I'm with Tommy on this one, because if you can make the playoffs after all of that, then you'll be entering the playoffs pretty hot, and you just get in and see what
You
happens.
just never know.
I
Yeah.
still think next season the Dolphins have to put any money they have into a good backup quarterback, because we can't do it.
Joe Flacco.
The past couple years.
Danny
Daniel
Dimes.
Jones.
Yeah, what are we doing?
No,
That man will play. That man will play
Jameis
for the
Winston.
league.
You know,
That man will play for the league minimum. You see the contract he got? He just wants to be on a winning team, I think. So
Who's he playing for now?
yeah, he isn't signed yet.
that's what I'm
Come on.
saying.
You said,
no.
did you see the contract? No, because he hasn't signed one.
The Giants, the money the Giants gave him, he doesn't need.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well,
Trying to
they're
pay
gonna be-
whoever he
yeah.
wants, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. That man will sign for the league minimum to play on a playoff team.
I think this is the part where we all just throw our heads back in laughter. Friday, Raiders Chiefs.
Okay, can I rant about this for 1
Panthers
second?
almost pulled off a win.
Yeah.
This is the Raiders' week.
It was
Vegas
an Arrowhead.
covers.
Can I rant about this for 1
I
second?
agree. Vegas covers.
Fuck the NFL for trying to take Black Friday too. Everyone's home and they're just trying to up the ratings on their Amazon Prime broadcast. Woohoo, we're the NFL.
Hey, they're not stupid.
But fuck them for doing that. I'm just saying.
Why?
It's a
Well, I mean,
what are you doing
fucking
tonight?
Look, I'm all
this
for
game.
more sports, but come on,
doesn't sound like you are.
we're gonna take Thanksgiving, we're gonna take Black Friday, and we're gonna take Christmas and Christmas Eve. Like we're just gonna monopolize the entire calendar.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the NFL. They make money.
Yeah.
Yes.
God,
That's the
was,
NFL. Now bend over and smile. Like,
give me the Chiefs to absolutely cover. I think they win by 21.
I mean, come on. Let's be honest. That's the time of year where everybody's home typically.
Oh no, that's why they're doing it. I'm 100%. But
Chargers Falcons. I will take the Chargers to get some redemption in this game, and also I just don't think I'm on Atlanta right now.
No,
I think Tampa could take over.
Yeah, give me the Chargers.
If you
too.
have a chance to get Tampa plus odds for the division, I would do that.
Take it. Yeah.
Yeah. Chargers. I love Herbert and I love McConkey, and yeah, I think they're
Lad
awesome.
McConkey. Tommy, are you taking Chargers too? Overall?
Sure.
Wow.
God,
Okay.
we're just sweeping the league.
Steelers and Bengals. Bengals are favored by 3 in this game. I think that the woes continue and Pittsburgh recovers nicely.
Wow.
So
the Bengals are dead, right? Like their
I'm
playoff
thinking-
chances.
I
are
think they're
done.
dead regardless of how this game goes, but I think this game is like stabbing a dead fish.
So because of that, give me the Bengals because my 2% prediction last week or 2 weeks ago doesn't matter at this point. So yeah, give me Bengals. I think Joe Burrow finds a way to win a game.
I don't know this one. This is my coin toss of the week.
Okay.
I'll go Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh gets it done, but I can easily see Bengals win this game too. I think this line is correct for this game.
If it doesn't snow this week, the Steelers will definitely take this game. If it snows, who the fuck knows what's going to happen?
Pick a damn team.
What? I picked Steelers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Planet Earth. All right.
With
Cardinals.
with 3 qualifiers.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, if
I
they
think-
sell out the
I
stadium,
love
Conditional
it.
statement. Conditional
I love
statement.
it. I love it.
condition these nuts. Cardinals and Vikings. I think it's the best 1:00 game, and I think the Cardinals go into Minneapolis and leave with a win.
Wow.
Minnesota.
Your first mistake of the week.
I've got to look back through my picks.
I will remember that.
I'm almost positive I have not picked against the Cardinals at all this year.
What?
And
You're going
That
Cardinals
cannot
too?
be true.
I think for the most part I have not.
That cannot be true.
Kyler, if he burns me again.
Buddy,
fuck
you
it.
picked against them week 1.
Yeah, I think that was the last. I think that was the last time I picked against him. I could be wrong, but
I'm looking. So far, I think he's right.
I love Kyler. If he burns me, like I said, fuck it. I'm going Cardinals.
I'm going Vikings this week. I'm liking their team.
Yeah, no, you've only picked against them in week 1, and that's it.
Okay, for being at week 13 now, that's pretty impressive.
So, no, it is.
You thought they'd be 11-1 by now.
They're also 6-5. So what am I doing?
How are you in first place?
Yeah. It's terrible. I can't quit him. I mean, Kyler's like a drug. I can't quit. I'm just like, geez.
I also like that one of these games, Tommy had Packers versus Bear. Just one bear, not plural.
That's all that showed up.
It was the Bear. It was Chicagoland.
Yeah. All right, so everyone picked that game?
Vikings, yep.
Yeah.
Tommy?
Are we split? Are we split?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're finally split on something.
Right side of history.
Colts at Patriots. I think the Patriots get this one.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm going Colts.
I think this is a shootout, if I am to be honest.
I get that vibe too, but I think this is a Drake May coming out party.
Right, which is funny because I don't think either of these offenses are particularly quote unquote good, but neither are the defense.
Yeah.
So give me shootout, give me Patriots.
I'll say Colts.
Yeah, that's right.
Me and Brandon riding together.
Gosh, that's a bad
sign, maybe.
That's what typically happens going back. Like Mitchell and Brandon tend to pick the teams together, and me and Connor pick the same teams together when we split.
Yeah. Seahawks at Jets. Somehow the Seahawks are 2-point favorites in this game. Call your local bookie and put everything you possibly have on the Seattle Seahawks.
Is this the dog farm in ranch bet for you? Or like you're betting everything on?
Bet the farm, yeah.
Yeah, you're betting the farm.
I'm actually not betting anything on this game, but
it's a stay away fee.
Well, because I also know how much the Jets like to win games that mean nothing at all. Yep. So everything in my body tells me Seahawks.
Why is this line 2.5? Like
I'm seeing 2, but I think it's
on ESPN.
Why is it 2? Like
because Vegas is still convinced Aaron Rodgers is good for some reason, and I don't get it.
It's -2 Seattle.
Yeah, no, I'm with that.
It should be more.
It should be like 10.
Well, stop it with all these damn 10 lines.
I think the line is fair.
I'm taking Seattle.
I think Seattle should be favored on the road, but nothing but too much.
Okay.
4.5.
All right. Brandon, Connor, you guys both on Seattle?
Yeah.
I'm on Seattle.
Look, Gino is due for like one bad pick this game, but I think it doesn't matter.
I don't think the Jets could intercept a quarterback if they were trying to. And I'm not exactly convinced they're actively trying to.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Tommy?
Like, for what it's worth, the Jets always keep the game close, except for the Arizona game.
Seahawks, right? Seahawks. Yeah. Is everyone Seahawks?
Full sweep on the Seahawks.
Smart Jets are going to win.
You're probably right, actually. Titans at Commanders. I know I was just praising Will Levis, and I actually think this is the Commanders' get-right game, and they win by double digits. Give me the Commies.
So
you take my nickname.
Give me Titans backdoor cover, C-words win.
Are we doing a full sweep on the Commies?
Commies.
Love it.
But backdoor cover though. I'm all for the Will Levis backdoor.
I'm one for the cover as well. I can see this game being like a
13-point game, 10-point game, and with like a drive left.
No, I'm thinking like something close, like 28, 20, 26. Like kind of I think this will be like a shootout. I'll take the over for this game.
Texans at Jaguars. Texans favored by 5 points. Is Trevor Lawrence playing in this game?
I heard no when I last looked, but I don't know if that's a thing.
Well, one, I just have to say this because I heard it and it's the dumbest thing ever. Diana Rossini, who's a reporter that I've just come to loathe because she just
don't like her reporting.
I just think she makes things up because most of the stuff that she says, it just comes out like 2 days later. Like, yeah, so that's bullshit and never happened and isn't true.
So she has terrible sources.
And also, Well, and she's also got it out for Aaron Rodgers, which like I get, but also have some journalistic integrity in the way you do it.
Okay, but Aaron Rodgers is also not the shining example of.
I get that, but she said that the Jets were going to explore a trade for Trevor Lawrence, which like, what?
Lawrence,
if you're a Jets fan, you would welcome that. Right?
I'll gladly take it, but it's not happening.
Okay, yeah,
but that being said, Tommy, I know I made fun of you for your conditional statements, but I will say this: if Trevor Lawrence is playing, give me the Jaguars to pull the upset and win this game. If Trevor Lawrence is not playing, give me the Texans to win and to cover.
Fair enough.
This line smells like Trevor Lawrence is playing.
He's pitching this play.
Okay, then I'm taking the Jaguars to win outright.
Wow.
Okay.
I think Doug Peterson needs to get fired like tomorrow. So, and not because I want him to get fired. I'm shocked he hasn't been fired yet. Like
I'm taking the Texans here.
Yeah, I think they get blown out. Like whether Lawrence plays or not. Like
the Texans are a team in free fall.
All right, Mitchell, you stand alone.
Wait, you're taking Jacksonville too?
No, you're taking Texans.
Oh, I thought you said that we stand alone.
No,
stand over there, punk ass.
You stand alone.
Rams and Saints.
This is my coin toss for the week. I think
this is mine too.
I'm going Rams, although I think it's going to be a very close one.
I'm going to go with the Rams as well.
Rams.
It's going to Saints, baby.
I think this is Rattler. Like, no, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, the Saints have been looking better with the new coach.
They have. That's why I'm not
sure.
Who
are they throwing the ball to?
It doesn't matter.
Well, Chris Olave almost died, so
yeah, Olave's dead. Shaheed has been dead.
Okay, you don't need to. They got Taysom Hill, baby.
Yeah, that's true. This smells like a Taysom Hill 2-touchdown game.
Nah, he doesn't do that back to back. It's like every fourth game, and he's like 58 fantasy points. Here you go. Like,
but he had a week off. Like,
oh, true. Game plan.
They're like. It's gonna be Taysom Hill is gonna run all over him.
All right.
A lot of gadget plays.
Bucks and Panthers. Sorry, Brandon. I gotta go Tampa.
Yeah, I think Tampa wins. Panthers cover. Yeah.
See, I think Tampa covers too. I think Baker's on a roll.
Fair enough. I mean, Baker's nasty, dude.
I could see Carolina keeping it close and then Tampa pulling away at the end.
Yeah, is this Bucks sweep?
Yeah, Bucks. I'll take the over though for this game though. I think this game would be a nice.
I think I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Hey, I would appreciate that.
Game of the week as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Eagles Ravens 425 in Baltimore, and I just cannot make up my mind about this one.
I had a vision in the stars, Mitchell. I think I dreamed about this game.
What?
Saquon goes for 200 yards. Give me Eagles.
Henry goes for 400 yards. We're getting fucking visions.
Like, dude, prophecy.
Yeah, but okay, Paul Atreides. So who are you picking?
Off the spice, baby.
Eagles.
Okay.
I'm going Ravens on this one.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles as well.
My gut says the Eagles.
Love that.
All right, so Tommy, you stand alone on the Ravens, which is very odd. I thought I'd be on an island. I thought everyone else would be on Baltimore. But
I should vote for Eagles. I just have that odd feeling that it's not going to be their week, especially since it's a home game for Ravens.
Yeah, Lamar doesn't lose at home unless it's to Pittsburgh. But
true, the NFC Lamar angle. Oh god,
yeah,
I'm not changing my pick.
True.
I'm not changing my pick.
But again, to be fair, the one team that beat him was Daniel Jones. So
I think it's going to be a bloodbath of a game, but I think the Ravens are going to come out on top.
49ers at Bills, and I think this is officially when we put the Niners to sleep. Yep. I think the Bills win this one and win it big.
Agreed.
Yeah, Bills. Josh Allen's too good. Although, 17 Allen going to be on the field 2 times?
No, I think Purdy's playing.
Oh, Purdy's playing. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we lost the fun storyline.
Tomas.
Come on, man. Bills Mafia over here. I gotta vote for Bills.
You're a Dolphins fan.
Love
Yeah,
it.
Be a Dolphins fan.
I live in Bills Mafia.
No,
territory.
yeah, I'm all for him being a
I
Bills
live in
Mafia.
Panthers country. You don't see me
but
walking
you
around with a blue
actively
sign
hate the
that says
Panthers,
"We
so.
suck." No,
Yeah, but
you
you
see
don't
me with
have
a
a-
green
you don't
sign
have a-
that says "We suck."
You don't have a
Man, I was going to say that myself.
you don't have
Oh.
as intense of a fan base as the fucking Bills Mafia. It's insane.
Yeah, it's because motherfuckers like you ditch.
Yeah,
That's why.
I'll happily ditch for a good team like the Bills.
That sounds like a punk ass move to me. Monday Night Football. Hey, it's December 2nd. Of the other one was December. It's nothing special about that. Browns at Broncos.
I'll make this quick. This is a Jameis legacy game. Jameis.
Ooh, y'all called me stupid for taking the Browns last week. I think the Browns cover, but I can't take them to win. Denver to win. And Brandon's like, fuck it, I'm getting a quesadilla.
I think Denver as well. I just think that like Denver's defense is a good like matchup against Winston himself. Just like his play style. I think they just kind of neutralize him well.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm going Broncos as well in this one.
The revenge spot for Jerry Jeudy, but he'll be matched up against Pat Surtain. So
nope.
I don't really think he's really going to be doing a whole lot in Mile High on Monday night. Well, that'll wrap things up for this week of, again, whatever the hell the show is called. Weekly recess, weekly talking about football, all that. Next week, this Thursday night game. We got Packers-Lions on Thursday night next week.
Ooh,
Falcons-Vikings should be a good one. We get Seahawks-Cardinals again. Chargers-Chiefs on Sunday Night Football in Arrowhead Stadium. So there's some good ones next week, but you also have your share of stinkers. I mean, like, someone is going to sit down and say, oh boy, it's time to watch Jaguars-Titans. And that's how they'll spend their Sunday afternoon.
Hey, another Arizona-Seattle game, too.
Yeah, that motherfucker, I said that already.
All right, I didn't touch that. I thought you said
yeah.
That one plays over my face.
No, it's all good. It's all you do get another Browns Steelers game though.
That
probably won't
true.
be in the snow, but maybe it will be. But anyway, and Brandon, another chance for your Panthers to prove themselves against a good football team. They take on Saquon Barkley and the Eagles in Lincoln Financial Field next week. So
that's one of those, especially since playoff 1 seed or playoff bye might be on the line in our fantasy league. I'm here for Saquon running for like 250 yards, but Panthers like scoring 28 points or something.
I'm here for the Panthers the Eagles getting out to a big lead and they rest Saquon the second half.
You're a terrible person.
I'm all for that, but we'll see how the picks do. Enjoy watching football this week. Enjoy Thanksgiving with whoever you're spending it with, whether it's a bunch of people or whether you're by yourself. Enjoy it however you want. Don't let anyone judge you for your Thanksgiving choices, okay? Don't let anyone do that shit. Have a good weekend.
Green bean casserole?
No.
Okay, you can judge that.